Alright, what's up guys? Um, so coming at you guys with another video because I searched for a really long time for a content spinner, article spinner, article rewriter, whatever you want to call it, and I actually arrived on WordAi as the first spinner I chose, and honestly I didn't like it at first, and it was all my fault because of the settings I was using. So I quit using it and I hopped from spinner to spinner to spinner, and I did not like the output of the content, especially I'm an SEO guy and I build first tier links, and when you're manually building first tier links you need a lot of content, and I couldn't find that content I needed. 'Cause it needs to be very readable. I don't know if you've ever seen spun content or had experience with any spinners, but the content isn't like all the way readable. Like if someone reads it or it gets a manual review, it's probably not going to pass the manual review. And then if it does pass, if it is content that's readable enough to pass the manual review, it's always like there's a problem with uniqueness and like being like 50-60% unique, 70% unique, which for me 70% unique is not unique enough. Some people will say it is for like second, third tier content, but definitely not for first tier content. You need that content to be as near 100% unique as you can, and I found a way to get content that's 100% unique and very readable with a spinner and with WordAi. But there is one other tool that I use, and I'm not sure why it works this way. I just know it works. I was trying to like just copy and paste articles off the web into the spinner here, but that didn't work out so well. So let's just get the touring spinner, and that's what you want to use. The touring spinner is probably the best. It is the best spinner that WordAi has, and I'll go over a little bit more of the features after we spin an article. So the first thing I do is I go to this is Kontent Machine, and there's a link for a free trial in the description. It's to the forum. The only place you can get the free trial is in the forum thread that they have. So I left a link to that forum thread in the description. If you just try to go to the Kontent Machine site directly, it's going to automatically try to sell you the lifetime subscription, and I advise you to at least try the free trial first and make sure you like it before you go and do that subscription. Or you can do a subscription basis, or you can do a lifetime purchase. I went with the lifetime purchase. This tool is just awesome. I use it for many of my SEO tools, so I think it's absolutely essential to have in your arsenal if you're in SEO. Anyway, so for getting articles, I use the article spinner, or the article getter, excuse me, here in Kontent Machine, and it's very simple, very straightforward. You just type in your keywords, and I just did some content for a YouTube video I'm ranking on Instagram followers. So we'll just type in Instagram followers, and then you can type in other keywords with it. Instagram likes, whatever it is. And then all you really do is you set where you're saving it to from Kontent Machine, and you hit get articles, and it's gonna start gathering the articles. Well, I'll show you guys. As you can see, it's fetching the sources, so I'm gonna stop it because I've already fetched these sources, and for the sake of this video it takes a bit of time, probably 5 minutes, so we don't want to stay here for 5 minutes and wait for it to scrape the articles, but it's going to scrape out a ton of articles, and then I download them to my Dropbox. And as you can see, this is a VPS. I run Kontent Machine from a VPS. You don't necessarily have to. I like to be as anonymous as possible, so I run it from a VPS. As you see, this is a Windows VPS. I'm operating on a Mac as my laptop computer, so I got Kontent Machine installed on a Windows VPS to remain anonymous, and I also use proxies within Kontent Machine, and I'll leave a link for cheap proxies down in this description as well. The cheapest place I've found so far, and they're the best proxies. They're fast, they're great, they're Google tested, they're just good proxies altogether, and they're the cheapest you'll find, so I'll leave that link in the description as well. So yeah, anyway, that's how you scrape the content. Just Content Machine article getter. Content Machine is great for a ton of other things that I'm not going to get into right now, but for this purpose we use it for the article getter. If you have a better tool for scraping articles, let me know, but this is the best way I found to do it with WordAi. So anyway, let me go to, okay, cool, my files, I had to restart my computer, so the files are already up that I scraped earlier on Instagram followers, as you can see. So we're just gonna pull one of these shorter articles in to spin it fast so you guys can see. Anyway, it's still a pretty decent sized article, but anyway, we're gonna just copy and paste it into the article spinner. And as you can see, if you want to read the article now, it says, you know, by Instagram followers, marketers have made tremendous strides in growing their audiences on social media channels. There have been concerns over whether social media could only be successful in business consumer companies, but we're starting to see great case studies in both business to business and business to consumer brands. So as you see, a well-written article, and we are going to spin it into also a well-written and readable article. So in WordAi, what you want to do is you want to set your settings to very readable here in the spinning quality. Leave this automatically rewrite sentences and nested spin tags. Also leave this automatically remove rearrange sentences. Change this, don't automatically spin paragraphs, to automatically spin paragraphs. You could choose to change this or not change it. It depends on what I'm doing as a campaign. If I'm doing like some first tier content for some Web 2.0s, I really don't necessarily use this. I just leave it as be. But if I'm spinning a ton of content, for instance, I'm doing like a GSA campaign, GSA SER campaign, where I'm submitting to multiple properties across the web, then I will spin my titles. But for this tutorial, I'm not going to spin them. And we're just gonna pause the video for a moment. Okay guys, and we're back. Let me get rid of this. Alright, so as you can see, the article has spun and it has a uniqueness of 100%. So as I said, spin 100% uniqueness articles, and I only see this when I use the article getter within WordAi. If I try to copy and paste an article from, or within Content Machine, excuse me, if I try to copy and paste an article from anywhere else, it comes out at like 83% uniqueness, and I have no idea why. It's just with article getter, every single time I'm getting 100% uniqueness when I spin an article. So as you can see, it did still spin a bit of the title into this, purchase Instagram followers. So as you can see, marketers have made great steps in growing their audiences on social networking stations. There have been concerns over whether social media could just achieve success in business to consumer companies, but we are beginning to see excellent case studies in both business to business and business to consumer brands as pressures have increased. So as you can see, if you want to read a little bit while I talk on, the content is very readable. Looks as if it was human written. No one could tell otherwise. I surely couldn't tell otherwise whether this content was written by a human or written by a machine or software. And then you get other spins too that probably aren't as readable. These are just the regular spins. Marketers have made great studies in growing their audiences on social networking stations. So as you can see, marketers have made great strides. Oh, okay. There have been concerns over whether social media could just achieve success in business consumer companies, but we're beginning to see great case studies in both business to business and business to consumer brands as pressures have grown for solid measurements and a demonstration of the So as you can see, it gets a little bit off, in the regular spin, but if you use the super unique spin, it is incredibly unique and incredibly readable. And as you can see, I mean, we can, one of the tests I like to do to see if content is unique is I like to, let's grab something more. I like to grab, a sentence like out of the middle of the content, the second paragraph or something like that. And then you can really test because you just copy and paste it into Google, and if that content's in Google, it's going to show up. But as you can see, it's not, there's a few words that are the same, and because in the digital marketing stuff the same words are used, and it's going to highlight different blog posts, but as you can see, this sentence or two sentences are not found anywhere on the web. So very unique, very that quick. Literally spun an entire article. It's got to be 600 words, 750 words here, 750 word article in about 5 minutes. When you get to going and you get to copying and pasting and just throwing them in there, you can do it really quickly. Now, if you have bulk articles to spin, you can actually, after utilizing my remote desktop disconnected, but after utilizing the article getter here, in Kontent Machine, it's going to give you like a whole file of articles. So what you could do is then zip that file, and what you're going to do to zip the file is you're just going to, if you're on a Mac, it's going to be, you highlight, don't just zip the folder because it's not going to upload, but you zip the actual files, the text files, and then you just right click and compress. Where's compress? That is weird. Oh, it's already compressed. That's why. That is why it is not showing up. Because I already compressed this. This is already a compressed file. Let me see. We'll go into downloads. I'll just show you guys very quick. What was the name of that folder? It was Instagram. Yeah. So there's the snow. Okay. Let me see. I know I just downloaded it. Let's see. Article getter. Okay. Just go to downloads and go to article getter. There it is. So this folder, there's 4 items. As you can see, I already zipped it into an archive. So then you would right click and now compress 6 items is there. I thought I was going crazy. So, and then it would be compressed 6 items. On a PC, it may be a little different, but same concept. You don't want to compress an entire folder. You don't want to just put everything in a folder and compress it because it's not going to upload into WordAi. You do want to compress those files like that. But anyway, I'm going to show you what to do. So if you have a bulk file like that, you just go to their bulk spinner. And same thing, you can set the settings just like that, and you can literally spin out. The most I've spun out, I think, is, I want to say 30 articles at a time. You can upload about 30 articles at a time, 30 to 50, I want to say, articles at a time, and then you can spin all of those articles out at a time, output them, and then upload all of those articles. And you can, after spinning them, it gives you a choice to output it, and it takes a long time when you're spinning bulk articles, probably 30 minutes to spin bulk articles, so I'm not going to do that for this video. But after you spin it, it gives you the option whether you can output to syntax format, which is great for like SEO tools and building links, because then you can spin that. You can spin one piece of content into multiple pieces of content and just keep spinning it. The nested syntax has multiple synonyms that it spins it into, so pretty awesome. So yeah, I think that's it as far as spinning content. And spinning readable content quickly and easily. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. You can message me here on YouTube, or yeah, contact me that way. or my social networks. They're connected to the YouTube channel. Contact me any way you like. Ask me any questions. It's pretty straightforward and simple, though. Very, very easy way to build first tier links and content and get it submitted to like Web 2.0 properties and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful, and yeah, enjoy.